What's going on YouTube? So today's video we do have the Soundcore Q45 headphones. Now these headphones are one of the most popular headphones that you can get for under $100. Actually they were $150, but they go on sale a lot. I actually returned my original ones that I got for $150 and got these even cheaper at $100, which is the same price as their Space One. So you'll see these on sale for about $100 next time they come on sale. Now when it comes to the unboxing experience for these headphones, it's nothing special of course, but you do get a carrying case included. You also do have an aux as well as a USB Type-C cable, which it's cool that these headphones actually have an aux. Some of the more premium versions actually don't come with it, such as AirPods, and the ability to actually be able to turn off your headphones without using the case whatsoever is just a game changer in my opinion. So having had the AirPod Maxes, upgrading to this while still being 3 times cheaper is just a big win in my opinion, especially when it comes to the exact same usage, longer battery life. It's just a huge win in my opinion. Now when it comes to the media controls, we do have on the left hand side, we have the ANC button. So you have the noise cancellation, you have the regular and the transparency mode on that. You also double click that button to be able to turn on bass up. You also do have a power on button there as well. That will also have the status indicator next to it. USB Type-C on there as well. And like I mentioned, these have like 50 plus hours of battery life, which is crazy, and it charges super fast. On the right hand ear cuff, you do have your volume rocker, which is very easily able to differentiate between plus and minus. They're not small buttons. It's just a rocker, which is really helpful. A play and pause, as well as your aux cable input on the right hand side. This also has the same technology that most Soundcore products do have. So you do have a multi-point connection. So you're able to switch between multiple devices. In this case, it's only locked to 2 devices that you can connect to, which is perfect because I love switching between my phone and my MacBook at the same time. You can also switch between your phone and your iPad or different connected devices. It doesn't have to be Apple, which I will have a video kind of comparing between these and the AirPod Maxes. I returned my AirPod Maxes and bought these instead, so that's just an FYI. The AirPod Maxes are terrible in my opinion. They're really only for people that have smaller heads, smaller ears, and are Apple sheep. But I don't know, they really hurt my ears. I have bigger ears clearly, and within 20-30 minutes they were actually hurting my ears. I've never had my ears feel like they were being worked out and made marks and had it really red because of the hard plastic that's in there. These ones are way better. I actually got cooling gel pads because I do work out in these and I don't care what they look like. Yes, it's two-tone. You can see right here it's a little bit thicker than the original ones, which means it's a little bit more padding, which is personally a win. Are very hard to remove. You actually have to unclip a bunch of the sides of these plastic pieces in order to take off the ear cuffs. Now you can see one of them ended up being warped. Actually, both of them ended up being warped to be able to take them off. So it's a lot harder to take it off for the design. I don't like the design on that. Yes, it's super secure, but make it easier so we could actually easily swap them. That's one thing I really loved on the AirPod Maxes. They're able to swap out those 2 things quickly and easily. I did go on a 6-hour trip and I used these headphones. Not only were they extremely comfortable and lasted the entire time, I wasn't sweating with them when I had them on because I wasn't, doing physical activity, but when I use these cooling gel pads, I won't sweat now. When I did have the original pleather earpads on, I was sweating, which was rare because, I usually don't, but in the time of having it for about a month, yeah, I got them in the beginning of July last month, so it's about a month right now, and then I returned them like I said. But they fold up. They do everything AirPod Maxes pretty much don't do, like fold up. They swivel the proper way because AirPod Maxes swivel and, show off on this side, which makes no sense. So it's actually properly on the right side. So this is how headphones, in my opinion, should be resting because this is the only way that makes sense. And then you automatically put them on, take them off, just kind of like the real headphones, But yeah, the build quality is amazing. They look decent. They're a little bit bulkier. I know the Space ones look a lot nicer than these ones. These ones do have clicks on them. I know the Space ones have a free floating lever. So if they combine stuff from that cheaper pair, which I noticed that a lot of people don't like because of the sound quality, I was going to try them out and then compare the 2, but I don't want to go through that whole return process and all that. Again, I know it's easy return process, but still, these still look good. Like I mentioned, I don't care what they look like. I just want to have good headphones that work and last a long time. So the ability to actually customize customize the EQ. I'll show up my EQ settings right here if you want to test them out for yourself. This has a good amount of bass, treble. Obviously, it's nothing mind-blowing. It's only 100 and 150 bucks, so you're not going to be paying top tier, but they're really good. Very close to AirPod Pro Maxes in my opinion. I listened to both of them simultaneously, back to back. You know, I had both of them at the same time. They're very close. Way more bass than AirPod Maxes. The AirPod Maxes were lacking in bass, but they had a good amount of clarity. You were able to hear vocals. They had a lot of noise cancellation, but these have the same amount of noise cancellation, if not better than AirPod Maxes. Of course, AirPod Maxes are way more expensive, and they've been older headphones that are like 4 or 5 years old. So yeah, the technology is already catched up to AirPod Maxes to the point where, yeah, the technology is good. The audio, however, if you have good audio, that's hard to beat, especially since drivers are only supposed to be a certain amount of size. So if you have a 50 millimeter driver, you can only get, you know, this big. You can't get smaller with keeping the same amount of quality of treble, bass, and all that. So out of the box, fine-tuned, they sound okay. You definitely, in my opinion, have to download the app in order to make it a little bit better. This does have a bass up feature, which does sound good. For the bass itself, I wish you can actually turn bass up on any EQ mode, not just the preset. So it kind of sucks on that part. Hopefully they update it so you can actually turn up bass for all of the EQ settings, because even on the custom EQ, you can't tweak the bass even higher, which sucks because it actually sounds better when you have bass up. So that's just an FYI on Soundcore. But the noise cancellation is good. The thing I like about this is that you're able to fine tune the noise cancellation to be level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 is a little bit more like you're feeling underwater, which is closer to AirPod Maxes, which you probably will go insane after a while, to be honest, or you won't like it after a while. When it comes to transparency mode, yes, you can hear voices very, very clearly, especially your own, on number 5. On number 1, you can barely hear it, it's a little muffled, and number 3 is a little bit better. But the higher you go, such as if you go to 5, you hear a lot of hissing and static that just doesn't sound good. Obviously, the middle ground would be number 3 to go for this as well, if you decide to use transparency mode. Now, this does have a talk mode, which will lower the music whenever someone is talking, and it'll auto adjust the music volume when someone does talk. Now, this does have a safe volume, which is pretty cool. So you have real-time decibel readings, whatever you're listening to. And this is very accurate. If you actually go on your iPhone and check out, you know, the regular way from the little hearing icon, that also shows a decibel rating meter to, you know, what's safe enough for you to listen to. You can also limit high volumes. So if you don't want it to be past 80 decibels, it'll lower the music. So no matter what, even if you put the volume up all the way up, it won't be, you know, blasting in your ears or whatever. It'll pretty much lower everything down at a peak of 80 decibels, which is good for kids, and it's good for people that, you know, want to save their ears. You can limit high volumes and do that, which is really nice. Keep it up mode 3 if you use noise cancellation. Even with noise cancellation, these things last up to 50, 60 hours, I think. It's a crazy amount of time. The ability to charge it like 5 minutes and have 4 to 5 hours of playtime. I love these headphones. They sound good, they're comfortable. I'll leave a link in the description for the cooling pads as well as the headphones themselves. Catch them when they go on sale, but even then, they're really good headphones, like without a doubt. If you want to wait for AirPod Maxes, the 2nd gen, which might come out next month, might not, who knows? If you want to spend an arm and a leg for 550 bucks again, get those. But if you genuinely want good headphones like these, like this is what, 110 bucks with the ear pads that I paid, plus tax of course. And I bought all of that by myself. Soundcore didn't sponsor or give this to me or anything. You know, I paid it all for my own money, and you know, my own hard-earned money. I've decided to get these ones, and that's what I recommend for you guys as well if you're looking for a good pair of headphones. These will not let you down. It's your money, so if you want to go for the AirPod Max Gen 2s or whatever, I'll throw up a video right here, whenever the time comes, because I still will be checking that out. I'm a tech reviewer, of course. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one.